The title of this video is Are You a Butt Gripper? But it should say, are you a butt gripper? Are you a back gripper? Are you a toe gripper? Or are you a quad gripper? By quad I mean the front muscles of your thigh. Now, what do I mean by any of them? Well, I'm referring to posture and how people tend to hold themselves against gravity. Traditionally, people think of posture as how much I slouch versus sit up straight. Well, what I'm trying to get to is it's much more than that, and the body is very connected. Everybody has their own version of how they tend to stand and hold themselves against gravity. Over the long haul, different variations can create some very common pain problems, and becoming aware of how you stand and how you move is the only real way to get rid of them. So the first one I'm looking at is butt grippers. Now, these people tend to subconsciously lightly clench their butt muscles all day. What typically you'll see is, if you look at the position of the pelvis versus the trunk, pelvis usually starts to get tucked forward and underneath you, so you see that this hand is well further forward than this hand. And if you look on the sides of your hips here, you usually end up with a bit of a divot in the side of your butt. This actually takes your hips forward of your pelvis, so everything's kind of tucked behind it. It's very common in new mothers. Also, very athletic population will tend to get very tensed and clenched through those muscles. Can have a lot of implications on the back, hips, and knees. And now the second one I'm talking about was back grippers. This is most common in people that have done any type of gymnastics, dance, figure skating. Generally more common in females than males. You'll see when they stand will tend to hold themselves right upright like this. Now, everybody says, oh, you have such great posture. Well, it's an over-exaggeration, and if you actually look at them, the upper body is actually almost leaning backwards. It gets very dominant and tight through these muscles and can get very compressive on the back, and has a number of other implications which I'll talk about in a future video. The third one was toe grippers. It usually comes along with the back gripping. If you find that when you balance on one leg, or even while you walk, that you're clawing at the floor with your toes, and at rest your toes look like this, you're likely a bit of a toe gripper. Now finally, I said quad gripper, and these are the people that will stand with their knees quite hyperextended all the time. Again, tends to come more with your back gripper. Now, each of these can be an effective way to stand, and it will feel natural for the person due to their overall muscle balance. But as I said, over time they can contribute to a lot of ongoing pain, discomfort, tightness, and stiffness. The only way to change that is to become aware of who you are and how you tend to hold yourself all day.